Hey guys, so this is Friday vlog number 4. So this is the Friday vlog video for Friday, what is today? June 29th, 2012. So for this Friday vlog, I'm going to talk about on how to maintain your string trimmer. So these are the 3 string trimmers that I have. Well, actually, two out of them are mine. This one right here is my dad's that he bought 10 years ago. These are just my very own trimmers. This is my own personal one that I use here at home. This one here is, I'm kind of calling it my workhorse, because I've been using this one a lot. If y'all had saw in the previous videos, I've used this at my grandparents' farm, and I used it back in March. Cut a lot of tall grass at my aunt's place over by the Brazos River. So for maintenance-wise, there's really not very much to actually do on a string trimmer, especially for a electric one. And there are cordless ones too, which just for maintenance wise, for them all you gotta do is just charge the batteries on them before you use them. Just for maintenance wise for these, since these are gas powered, all you gotta do is just do maintaining on the engine, which they're very easy to actually maintain though. So as for one of the important things to do for any kind of engine, no matter what, either if it's a 2-stroke or 4-stroke, check your air filter though. In this case, this one is still nice and clean. This one still has its original air filter from last year, since I had bought it last July. So this one's actually pretty good. Now there are some that have foam filters though, which all you have to do is just wash them up with soap and water, let it dry, and then put a light film of oil on it. The reason why to put oil on a foam filter, because the oil will help trap the dirt, because if you don't, the dust will go through the filter and it can actually go into the engine, which could cause premature engine damage. Now for these filters, like if they're really, really dirty, then just simply replace them. And one other thing to actually check on your string trimmer is your spark plug. So I'll just take this one off to show you it. Now spark plugs on 2-stroke engines, they tend to actually foul a lot quicker than like spark plugs on a 4-stroke engine or even your car. So this one here still looks pretty good, so it's not too bad. This is still the original spark plug from this particular machine. So this spark plug here is a NGK BPM 8Y. So this one's obviously, it's not too bad at all. Now, if the plug looks much darker and it's very all sooty and has a lot of carbon crud on it, usually that would mean that your engine is running rich, which that could be caused by like either by too much oil in your gas or a clogged up air filter. Now, a machine with a clogged up air filter will will act sort of like a choke, and that could also foul up your spark plug. So for this one here, it's still pretty good. So we'll just put it back in. And when you put your, now if you're still reusing the same plug, just put it up with the wrench, just have it snug, just like that. You don't want to over tighten these, because you could easily strip the threads on the cylinder. And one thing I've even forgot to mention in some videos, when you take a spark plug out, of any kind of engine, either a 2-stroke or 4-stroke, always take your spark plug out when the engine is cold. Don't do it on a hot engine. If you take a plug off on a hot engine, you're kind of running more of a risk of ruining the threads on the cylinder. So I thought I'd just give you all that little tip there. And one thing, like depending on how much you use your string trimmer too, sometimes if you use it quite a bit, the muffler, sometimes it'll clog up. There will be a little spark arrestor screen on the output of the muffler, and over the years they'll clog up, or just by having too much oil in your gas, which that could also will cause it to clog up a lot more. It'll be all clogged up with oily carbon cruds. So it's that's much more common for any 2-stroke engine. Now there are some string trimmers that also have 4-stroke engines. Now you don't have to really worry about their mufflers plugging up. It just happens mostly for 2-strokes. And also one other thing to even check, now for any gas string trimmer, on any small 2-stroke engine, for any equipment, like if it's either a string trimmer, a leaf blower, a hedge trimmer, or a chainsaw, check the conditions of the fuel lines. Make sure they're still nice and soft, because over the years the fuel lines will get all hard and brittled and they'll just crack due to the ethanol in the gas too. And also check the condition of your primer bulb too, to make sure it does not have any cracks in it too, because over the years, see, they'll even crack too due to the ethanol in the gas. So in this case, this one here, it's still all good, because this machine here is less than a year old. Now if you happen to have a string trimmer, especially one with a straight shaft like this one here, it'll have a little bolt here. Actually what it is, you just take that bolt off. It's for to actually put grease all in here to this to the little gearbox here on the head to help keep it all lubricated. Usually you usually find this on most straight shaft trimmers, especially the commercial quality ones here, like here on this Echo, and also other brands like either Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and even Stihl that will have those too. I would just refer to the owner's manual on how often you should actually grease it up. Now if you only just use it only at home, like for maybe just once a week, probably only have to just grease it up just only once every year. Now if you're using it for a commercial job, then probably might want to grease it up more often. Sometimes over the years just the grease will get all worn out and contaminated. Just put some more grease in it. I think these will call for white lithium grease, because they'll work a lot better for hotter temperatures, because these do get real hot when they do get used a lot. Now sometimes I see people with string trimmers, this plastic guard here, I actually sometimes see people actually take them off. I don't know why some people like to do that. I guess mainly just to make the string a lot longer, but it's really not good for the engine. It'll just cause a much more load on the engine. The engine won't quite rev up at a much higher RPM like it would. And like if your string is really shorter, it'll run at a much higher RPM though too. So usually about this long is good enough. The only reason why string trimmers have these is just to protect yourself from any flying debris that would come up, just to prevent from coming up and hitting you right in the face. And they also have a blade right here, like when you tap on the trimmer head to feed more string. Like if you feed up too much, it'll just cut up the string. when you have it, the machine revving at a high RPM. So yeah, I would personally suggest to just leave these on. Don't remove them. Some people like to, I guess, just to make much longer string. But just like I said, I just leave the shield on because it's on there just for safety reasons. And just one last thing, for any gas-powered string trimmer that would have either a two-stroke engine or a four-stroke engine, whenever you put it away for the winter, just drain out. I would suggest just drain the gas out of it, or just run it until it just runs out of gas, just so that way you won't have any problems starting it whenever you get it out in the springtime, because these carburetors, they do clog up real easily, and sometimes over the years, if you let it sit with gas in it over the years, you can't even get these carburetors clean at all. You would have to replace them. So yeah, and just before I let y'all go, I thought I'll start up these three trimmers here, and we'll do that. First one I want to start out is this one here, the Echo SRM 2400 SB. This one here hasn't ran in about maybe 2.5 weeks. Haven't really been able to use it. It was because I didn't have any new bolts that would go on this cover here that also go right up on top of the recoil starter. I took the original ones off to put on my aunt's Echo blower, so I just got it brand new ones. They just came in today, and so now I can use this trimmer again. Okay, let's see how this one goes. So like I said, it's been this one last ran about 2.5 weeks. I believe that was the last time I used it. Alright, so turn it on, put on choke, just give it some primes. Alright. And she fired, and we'll just take it off the choke. Like when you hear the engine fire, always put the choke lever to the run position. Now some will have a half choke. You just put them on the half choke and pull it until it starts, and then let it run for a little bit on half choke, and then you just rotate it to the run position. Now, if it does fire and if you still pull it with the choke, with it still on choke, you could end up flooding it. Alright, so since it fired a little bit, we'll put the choke to run. Yeah, not too bad. That one started up pretty good after sitting for a couple of weeks. Alright, so now for my Echo trimmers. Now for this one, this is a SRM 225. One thing I really love the most on the new trimmers over the older ones is these safety triggers here. Just to prevent from like squeezing the throttle. All you have to do, you just have to push this lever in order to squeeze the throttle. I'm kind of glad that they integrated these on string trimmers, because you most commonly find these safety levers on chainsaws, which is really nice, and I'm glad they decided to do it also on string trimmers and hedge trimmers too. Alright, so let's start this one. This one last ran on Monday, so today's Friday. So it's on choke. We'll give it about 5 primes. Okay. Set you up on the tripod. This one here has an i30 recoil starter, much easier to pull. Cool. Alright, cool. And for my little workhorse, the PAS 230. Has the same engine that's in the SRM 230. It has a 22.8 cc engine. Really good. I really like these motors. Definitely are strong running motors from Echo. A little bit more power than these with the 21.2 cc engines. They're still overall really good engines. Alright, start this one up. This one was last running on Tuesday. So, switch is on, choke, give it about 5 primes. Alright. The only bad thing about this one, it doesn't have no i30 recoil starter. All it is just a standard recoil starter, just like the SRM 2400 SB. But it's still pretty easy pulling though. Alright, so let's see how this one will start. Oh, that wasn't too bad. 2 pulls. That one is definitely the winner out of all these. Cool. You know, since I started putting in the SEF fuel in this machine, it's not only that it's made it start a lot easier, but it runs a whole lot better. So yeah. So that'll do it for my Friday blog number 4 video. So hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all probably I don't think I'll do a Friday blog video next week because I'm going back over to my grandparents' farm. I will most likely do another Friday blog video probably in a couple of weeks. Alright guys, so hope y'all enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching.